Most AI conversations in government and higher ed are about strategy. That's the wrong starting point. The right starting point is governance, a real standard, because your people are already using AI, whether anyone owns it or not. Our answer to that is the Securance 11, an 11 domain AI governance standard built specifically for government and higher ed. Governance starts with one question. Who has the authority to say yes or no to AI? One named role documented with real decision rights. Without it, risk has no owner. And unowned risk is unmanaged risk. Your workforce is already making judgment calls about what's appropriate. The question is whether those calls are guided or improvised. An acceptable use policy means the answer is written down clearly, in plain language with real expectations. FERPA, CISOs, CUI. Each classification carries different constraints on what AI tools can process. Most organizations haven't even mapped this yet. And when they haven't, exposure happens quietly, long before anyone notices. Most leaders focus on the AI they deliberately adopted. The bigger risk is AI that arrives inside vendor systems like ERPs, record management, and SaaS applications, particularly SaaS applications. Vendor AI features ship on their timeline, not yours. AI risk management doesn't need its own program. It belongs inside audit, compliance, and ERM work that organizations are already doing. So let's start there. Build, buy, or embed. These aren't interchangeable options. The risk is different. The cost is different. The accountability is different. This domain gives you a framework for making that call before you're under pressure to answer it. We're halfway through, and if you're watching this thinking, we're doing all right on most of these cases, I'd hold that thought. The back half is where the conversation gets harder. Ownership gets murkier, the stakes get higher, and the conversation tends to surface things that people aren't ready to name. AI introduces an attack surface your existing security program wasn't built for. New ingestion points, new data flows, new vendor dependencies. The question isn't whether you've heard of these risks, it's whether your security posture has caught up. Who owns AI-generated content? What protections apply to your data if a vendor uses its model to train? What are your licensing obligations? The clauses governing AI use, training data rights, and output ownership are in contracts your legal team may have never reviewed because they weren't there a year ago. A policy your people don't understand doesn't work. Your people need to understand what's expected, what's available, and how to use the tools effectively. This means training, communication, and change management aren't soft costs. They're what determines whether adoption is real or just reported. How do you know AI is producing value and not just activity? Most organizations can tell you what they spent and what they've deployed. Very few can tell you what has changed. That's the gap this domain closes. Last one, and in some cases the hardest, the people you serve, students, citizens, faculty, will ask you how you're using AI. A vague answer erodes trust faster than a difficult one. You need a position. You need to be able to state it clearly. If you want to see how your organization scores, take the Securance 11 Index, a short, free online assessment spanning the 11 domains. Most organizations are solid in 2 or 3 of these domains and have real gaps in the rest. That's normal. The work is to find those gaps, name an owner, and close them. For more information, find the link in the description.